And welcome to May of 2026's Joust. We have here in the color green, it is RentalBeast. We all know him from forever at this point. Played in the old format of the Joust, he played it last month. Yeah, going for that farmhouse, probably getting the Tawana upgrade maybe? Yeah, there we go. And a Dark Age Barracks. Very popular is what I mean to say. In a hybrid and water map, in hybrid maps, as they can destroy the opponent's stock very quickly. On the other side, playing as the Delhi Sultanate, it is ppowersteef. ppowersteef returning to the Joust after not having played last month. Going for a defensive tower on the berries. So not going water, but going under the defensive tower. You absolutely either saw or knows that the Japanese players love doing these Dark Age plays. Gonna be up before the first spearman makes its way through. We should be safe. Should be very safe against this. The Moscow ready with the stacks going up. I would like to see the mill get the stacks up. You've been playing going water here, which is very interesting. This water here, I don't think it's oppressively strong, but it can definitely be quite powerful. It's not like a map like Four Lakes or something where you have deep water fish, where that really becomes the main focal point of the game. Wow, but ppowersteef investing on the gold tower instead. Using the fact that his opponent had knowledge of the berries. Oh, this is very next level play. Unfortunately, a lot of build time was wasted. But Rental knowing that the jig is up. Yeah, he definitely saw the tower go up. Wow, Rental not able to do too much here. And he also sees a lot of these berries get taken. So he knows it's not watered either. Yeah, let's see the sheep. 13 to 13. So this looks oppressive, but it's only 9 sheep. Be quite fair here. Alright, so it's 14 to 14. It's going to be 15 with this one. If Rental picks it up. And he picks it up. There we go. It's 15 to 14. ppowersteef doing a good job keeping his scout active in the areas where it matters. And we do have some damage being dealt here by Rental. This is coming in, trying to poke and coming back out. Doesn't want to cross this line. Ooh, crosses the line. That's not good. That was a lot of damage you didn't need to take. Alright, we're getting Dome of the Faith. I'm not going with the Tower of Victory here. Which tells me that ppowersteef is going to go for a tech-oriented play instead of a very early military play. He's going to try to get that tempo on very upgraded units instead of going for the tempo on a lot of units. They're going to attack very fast. Oh my! We have a tower trying to go up on the gold of ppowersteef. The villagers here coming to burn it up. Oh, good distraction. Saves all of the resources here for Rental. Yeah, tower on tower action. Not really as productive as ppowersteef would want it to be. He's gonna have to charge, but we have the spears. Oh my, this is actually so hard to judge. Yeah, so the tower seems like it's going up. ppowersteef has to give up the position. Maybe try for like these golds here in the middle of the map. Going for the Dome of the Faith and not having gold kind of defeats the purpose of the Dome of the Faith. That's definitely something you need to consider here. It immediately goes up the tax. I like it. That's a mechanic that is so important for any Delhi player. Oh, don't. He's rallying. He's rallying over to the gold. That's not good. Yeah, so that worker could die. Oh, nice, nice pull. Yeah, we're getting to a storehouse on the other side. Do not mind this position, especially since he already has a lumber camp. Pretty good position. Alright, so what can ppowersteef do here? Gonna be making the third scholar. 3 scholars is not enough going Dome of the Faith for it to be worth it. He really needs to fight this tower. Really needs to get his value back. Alright, we're getting a stable that is very, very good. I also expect against the Japanese to see a range. Right, the worker's going back home, so there's no more worker here. But there are 4 spears in this tower. Alright, so we're getting a stable blacksmith. We could see now blacksmith range. 2 blacksmiths, I think, is just so important for Delhi. They're so slow at getting their techs up. Especially with only 2 scholars. They really need double barracks, double blacksmith, just to get that tempo going. Alright, rental now, yeah, he might actually try to be... Oh, he's not even... Wow, he's getting an upgrade. Upgrading the spears. Gonna get a tower upgrade. We get the arrow slits here. He's gearing up for the age up. That guys know how powerful Japanese castle age is. Oh, but they're having instead a raid from ppowersteef. Very, very nice. A good play here from the Ghazi Raiders. Of course, we all know Delhi is insane. It's getting a lot of army count. And these Ghazi Raiders are a good unit overall. Right, but with the tower and a few spears, Rental feels like he's defended. ppowersteef with all of these resources really needs... There we go, that's a blacksmith. And look, he has to build a range, right? Oh, 8 spears. Rental really not able to age up how he wants to, but there is damage here for ppowersteef to deal, but not if he just walks under the town center. This is not what he wants to do. Oh, don't be tempted to burn the farms. And he loses a Ghazi Raider for free. Oh, now the... Alright, burning this farm, it was a free farm, so it's a very good burn that way. It's gonna eliminate a little bit of that food source. Oh, good job from ppowersteef. I love this. Waiting for the torches to be just enough to get the farm burned. And there we go. Double range. Double range I wasn't expecting to see. I like it. Now you gotta get the second blacksmith to work. I think he's good strategy-wise. I like what ppowersteef is doing, but he's just taking these small losses. Yeah, and Rental, on the other hand, is just so close to the agent. It's really not what ppowersteef wants to see here. Even though, yeah, that's correct. You can just go and take the sacred sites. That is fantastic. Even though now, oh, we're gonna take the northern sacred site here. Rental getting a spear over him. Single spear won't be able to shut down like 6 Ghazi Raiders, so something to take into account. We have archers here as well. We're getting double production of archers. No single production. He canceled the other range he was gonna make. So Ghazis and archers is a combo that has destroyed many of people before. You really don't want to give your Ghazi Raiders up, and Like, scouts are not good fighting units. They're not gonna kill your prelates. And the archer... Alright, the archer attacking the spearman. That I like. Oh no! Alright, the archer should be able to fend this off. There you go, that's fended off. There you go, Steve. Wow. Steve really needs to deal some damage here. He's already 4 workers down without the time. This isn't looking great for him. Oh, you're building walls. Spending wood on walls is just... This wood needs to be spent on farms right now. I get it, it's certainly for a farm transition, but he over-collected wood, so... Alright, Rental is in Castle Age. He's getting ranged armor, that's exactly like the book dictates, as I usually say. Got a floating gate here with a Shinto priest. I expect relics to be gathered any minute now. And we also have the stable. The stable is going to produce a mounted samurai, which is one of the best units in the game at the moment. Probably even the best non-siege unit. This one mounted samurai is going to be able to deal so much damage. I don't think it survives this. It's definitely going to have to come back, but 2 mounted samurai here. No, I never know. Alright, kills that guy. Oh my, that's not a good fight for Rental right there, unless he heals this mounted samurai. The full health? No, and it dies. It dies. Oh, it's dealt enough damage to the army, but now this is not looking good for Steve. Yeah, getting ready here to decap, but he's not doing it, Rental. Focusing on this fight, and he beats this army. Steve now doesn't have any army, and is behind on tech, but he's about to wage up. If he manages to wage up and get like a couple of elephants with a lot of spears or a lot of crossbows, like I grant he can come back, but it's so difficult. Alright, so that's the first Shinto priest taking a relic. Let's go see the relic count. We don't yet have the... it's not the mosque, it's the monastery for Rental. Oh, and these 4 mounted samurai can really dish out a lot of pain. Alright, this first mounted samurai expected to die, but it already has so much tech on it, so many upgrades. The sound center is actually doing nothing. That's... Oh, you even got a worker kill. Wow, 6 worker kills, and the House of Learning isn't even done. I'll make it 8, and now we're getting the Katana Bannerman as well. Yeah, Samurai and Mounted Samurai are just such an impressive unit combo. Yeah, look at Rental going for the economy, not threatened by the Ghazi Raiders whatsoever. The Japanese is just too good. Yeah, sure, you defended this, but can you defend the next wave? Alright, let's see Steve defend this next push here with these spears. We can kill the first mounted samurai, like he even can't kill him. Really needs to stay home, because now... Oh my god, he can't age up! Steve can't age up, the House of Learning being in the front is hurting him. It's hurting him so much. Trying to heal with the prelate not gonna work, and yeah, you don't have any units to defend now. No food as well, and yeah, Steve calls it. It's 1-0. going Rental's way. Yeah, just the timing from the Japanese and denying the golden start. It's way too powerful. Oh yeah, I'm excited for this match. This is a... Oh, it's the first time we're getting here in the color green. It's Rental with the Jin Dynasty. First Jin game we're having in the joust. Of course, it's just days after the DLC, the Yuffie Legacy, that's released, so this is great. Rental here doing the 2 to gold, 1 to food split here with the mounted villagers and just going up mounted villagers. And I have some theories about the Jin Dynasty, but first, let's introduce ppowersteef here in the color blue playing as the Holy Roman Empire. So more established Civ versus the new Civ. Yeah, of course, HRE is an advantage here because its strategies are so well known. But because of that, Rental somehow finds a new very good strategy. Steve might not know how to counter it, so it's definitely going to be very interesting to see. Looking at the map here, this front gold and stone here together, not great. Not great. Rental might try to create some of those Iron Pagoda warriors or knights or whatever they're called. Try to make a big push here, or those cavalry, mounted cavalry. Yeah, but this gold here in the back, yeah. The wall is easy, right? Just wall. But still, two further down the back. If it were here instead, the wall here, you avoid all that. Instead, we're getting... Oh my god! This is double hunt, and I hadn't quite noticed it. 2 deer packs in the same spot. Steve might actually even try to lure these deer. This is insanity right there. With the prelate here too, I would do the exact same thing. On the other hand, we have Rental 3 on gold already. Might be too soon to have 3 mounted villagers on gold. He might float some gold. Going for the reindeer already. I liked waiting until I got the upgrades on the hunt to go get the reindeer, but yeah, maybe this is the way to go. Alright, going to it now that we have 200 gold. Yeah, don't quite know what Rental is cooking here. It's a new Civ. It's impossible to know what's gonna happen. Are you luring oh, he's luring deer with a prelate. This is genius. Didn't go how we planned, though. But he is luring deer with the prelate. This is so funny to see. Yeah, but on the other hand, his food economy is just gonna shoot up, so... Oh, this is not a bad lure. Okay, we're gonna go Mindwerk. Kinda doesn't make sense going with Aachen here, with your economy so split. Early on in the game, you would be at a... You wouldn't quite have the advantage of the Aachen. So Mindwerk Palace, of course, allows you to get some very early tag. And I suspect here Steve might go for the all pikes, right? +2 attack to horsemen and spears. We're getting a great pasture out of Rental. The great pasture acts as a stable and creates the grassland, so you don't have the eco bonus of the flower gardens, but you get a lot of tempo on the stable. Could be pretty good here. This might actually be the matchup. We see some Feudal Age Siege. He's working. Steve is working so hard to lure this deer. I have so much respect for this. Luring here with the prelate is just the craziest. Not crazy. It's one of the most ridiculous things we've seen in the game. So I'm gonna go over the units that the Jin is gonna have to their disposal in a second. Like Mindwerk is gonna be really nice. A huge fan of Mindwerk Palace, especially when it makes sense. You need to make good use of its timing, otherwise Like 50% discount sounds like it's a lot, but it's really not a lot if you start getting taxed at like 60 economy. Right? It's just would have been worth it. Here in this situation, you get the Aachen up here or over here, right? Somewhere where you get the gold. And then it would be such a buff after you get all of this tier. Like Steve's actually not doing a terrible job of doing this with a prelate, by the way. Alright, so we have Jin here going for Horseman instead. I was expecting with Darren Pagoda or the Moe Tribesmen, actually. Cheap range cavalry, so they are kind of like the Yumi Eshiguri. But instead it's mounted. So they can, oh my, there's a second town center over here in the gold. Yeah, second town center, I've seen players fiddle with it. I wonder now, can the second TC, oh, it can also make mounted villagers. Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. So giving up the early game kinda, get a little bit of advantage later on. Second town center, I like that. The tech I've been mentioning a lot, all pikes is this one. To attack the spearmen and horsemen, really good if you go for horseman raids very early on. Oh, look at Steve flirting with the air, man. So I can't get over this. This is so cool to see. Alright, second TC is Rental. I'm gonna try to go Castle Age now, because this is a lot of hunts. You have no idea how fast these mounted villagers take hunt. It's gonna go. It's gonna be over in at most 3 minutes. I also expect this upgrade. This upgrade makes gathering the reindeer that you spawn with at the start so worth it. Make it later. Oh my! Steve sees this. Of course, gathering this information is very important. Unlures the deer. Very, very interesting play there. We're also going to get a Burgrev. Yeah, but Rental is stuck on 2 town centers now. He's going to have an insane economy, but he's not going to have any units to defend himself. And I kind of see knights in the horizon. But ppowersteef with Burgrev, the Mindwerk, so you might actually make men-at-arms. No, that's actually Steel Barding. Steel Barding makes knights so powerful. No, this is Burgrev, not... Yeah, so it's men-at-arms. What was I even saying here? You see the... Like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. They look like they're brothers. They look like siblings, just going out, going out for a jog. And go to the same home, and there's nothing here to defend. Yeah, already 1200 food, and half of this is gone after a minute and a half. This is insanity. This is also insanity. Steve here is getting the upgrade. Yeah, he might as well get two-handed weapons and heavy maces shortly after. Well, those are houses. Doesn't get anything else. Yeah, he's getting the relics as well. Very nice, well-studied build order by Steve. Unluckily for him, the mounted villagers are so good at escaping. They are so good at escaping. Alright, we're getting a Dragon Pavilion. So the Dragon Pavilion is basically a keep. With the Mengan Moke emplacements, which house units that can be used defensively. Oh my, we're gonna get some kills here, I suspect, because these men-at-arms. They have 1 ranged armor. Steve has to spend his resources getting more units. No, he's gonna get some mounted villagers to die. Oh, this is two workers, already 3 mounted villagers. gonna be 4, but as soon as the emplacement, as soon as the pavilion goes up, there you go, there you go. The defenders, these are knights and everything but name. And there's an emissary here for free too. Might as well send the emissary over here to this defendable outpost. Here comes the second wave, but we have the defenders coming out of the town center, so attacking a Jin base is actually very difficult. Man, Steve has such an advantage. Killed 8 villagers. I think 7 of them were mounted and 1 was regular. Which is just... like, this is killing 15 workers. Let's see how's the situation over here. Come on, man. Lure these 3 deer. Come on. Okay, he's getting now Bloomery, increasing damage. Yeah, it's fine. Steel barding is also like so good for the knights. Oh, he's gonna be a little bastard here, going for the northern trade post. Alright, so the knights are here defending. This is such a strength of the Jin. Alright, gonna make a push here. I don't think Steve knows about this. And let's keep tabs here on the relics. Only +1. Only 1 + 1. Only 2 relics. This is... You could have like 3 or 4 relics in already, right? So Steve really putting a lot of focus here on this big push. I don't know how important that is against... I haven't played with Jin a few games. I don't know how important that is. I think it's actually so much better to let them do their thing, to do your thing, and to try to be very, very greedy at the stage of the game. They are really weak in Castle Age. Alright, so we have a boar getting taken. Still no hunt upgrade. This is... both upgrades together, it's like 50% extra? 35 or something like that? So good. Right, we have the knights here defending. These are knights in all but name. I'll call them knights. Oh, this time they are gonna lose. It's not looking good for Rental if the Mengan Moki defenders end up losing the battle. Alright, the mounted villagers are safe. We're gonna get a machine workshop. This machine workshop, I suspect, is gonna be for crossbowmen. Bad crossbowmen are really, really bad against men-at-arms. You just don't have enough attack to really do much, but Rental needs more. Oh, he's going Imp. He's going for Imp. Going for Imp, he needs 600 more gold. That's why he's collecting gold with so many units. Gonna get to the emissaries. The emissaries can be so good at just bribing. I really want to see a bribe. Alright, expecting Rental to take this food and this relic. Little does he know that both town centers have been taken. What's this stack? I don't... oh, it's to get the emplacement. So how many do we have here? There's no way to know. Thank you, thank you, H4, for not letting me know how many defenders we have. Alright, it is to make crossbows. Secondary machine workshop. And the double war stable and double the machine workshop. You'd really go for something interesting. Yeah, lack of attack for bad crossbows I think is really sad. Alright, we're gonna get units rallying around the base here. These two houses are gonna make it just so awkward for Steve to move in. Yeah, but as soon as he gets close, here come the defenders. Which spawn automatically, of course, when you have to dip. Even though this is more than good enough to kill them, because they're cavalry. Alright, we're going for the Pagoda Forest. Pagoda Forest, of course, converts. That's what we get. Alright, again, with killing a lot of workers. That's Steve with all the sacred sites. I think he has all the relics as well. Except this one that's very close to Rental's base. Rental is both tributary states. He's gotten a lot of economy. Actually, this is a bit of a trick because he has more than Steve's economy. Oh no! The pagoda goes down, but he saved the resources. Saved the resources. And, yeah, Steve could fight this. Whatever. Steve has so many units. Alright, the crossbowmen, I think, are the only thing keeping Steve safe, because it's definitely not the... I already forgot their name, the Knights, the defending Knights. But these crossbowmen are gonna very slowly whittle down the army from afar. Steve is getting impatient! We're getting another machine workshop! Rental needs to wage up! Rental needs to wage up, but this grassland is taking so much space. Oh my god, that is an aggressive pagoda! Oh, please go in with everybody. Not with everybody, okay. But these villagers picking food here very aggressively. Oh, actually, Rental's dwindling down the army really well without losing anything in return. Oh, attacking the building instead of the workers! Oh, and Steve lost a lot of tempo! Oh, but that's more worker kills! Good call here with the crossbowman, by Rental. That's the emissary, and that's a bribed unit. That's a bribed unit. Thank you so much for this. Not worth it though. It's 120 resources against 150. Oh, the upgrades and whatever might actually have been worth it. The bribe is so hilarious. Alright, the back gold has expired. We need to take this gold, which doesn't have a ton of gold, actually. What is... Oh, Steve was saving resources for the Palace of Swabia. Very nice. Very nice. Next to the gold. We'll make gathering those resources very, very easy. And he's also going to have his villager count shoot up. Now let's see what Rental can do here with the Pagoda Forest. He's gonna make everything he can to avoid making the Iron Pagodas, because they don't quite seem to have the right power balance here. Gonna be a Horseman Crossbowman. I have seen much worse, I'm being honest with you. Ooh, that was a little bit too late in the part of Rental. So that Palace of Swabia does go up. Oh, it's also kind of protecting both sacred sites. This is close to them. Where if you are to take a fight, you can always retreat to the Palace of Swabia. This will be very close. This one, of course, is just right there. Alright, in the last rally, no, that's second to last relic. Will definitely go Steve's way. Definitely needs another tower, another monastery. Also, if these units are about to turn into elite units, these Minotaurs are so good. Oh, the music is great. More workers getting killed. We're down to 36. It's only going to be this one wall, though. And Steve is not going to fall for it. And now Rental's out of gold. He needs to come over here. He's going to get stone. Rental's going to get stone. He might be thinking about a keep. Keep, of course, has those defensive knights. Built defensively, who knows what's going to happen. But he's making a horseman crossbow. I really like that comp against men-at-arms. The horsemen are a cheap, very efficient, effective tank. They have that added melee armor. They should be veteran. They have three ranged armor. Yeah, 0 melee armor, but they have 185 health. Of course, plus 30 because of the grasslands mechanic. The more horses you have, the cheaper you can make units for cheap. I don't think he's actually even using that. Alright, but Steve is finding these little pockets of economy that Rental has been taking. Even though I think none of that's going to be important. What's going to be important is that Rental is going to make a lot of units a lot quickly. The Eruptors, I really want to see the Eruptors in play. I don't think I've seen them yet. So they are the replacement for the hand cannoneer. They're more expensive, right? Dealing high single target damage, if well micro, it can actually be quite powerful. Getting Tithe Barns as well. Tithe Barns is insane if you have the relics. Yeah, Steve still needs to collect this relic. Also needs to collect that relic. But the mounted villagers should be able, almost all of them anyway, to escape. Oh, Rental might actually be the army tempo. Why? Steve needs farms. Steve needs farms. There we go, that's 42 damage, that's... High damage is bright. Ooh, you have horsemen. Horsemen not good in this situation. They are good as tanks, they're not good as your actual fighting units unless you're fighting archers. Yeah, and Steve finds the farms here with the tributaries. Yeah, that's gonna go down because these tributary peasants, they get their food actually quite fast. For free units, yeah, they're pretty good. And they can destroy here the tributary state. Alright, Rental making his farms. It's always hilarious seeing on the map the farming setup. But, that's what you gotta do, right? Just gonna keep making units here. Big push. Headed towards the center. Again gets all the sacred sites. I think this one was taken before. This army is really good, but it's vulnerable to some siege. So ppowersteef I don't think will try siege. He's gonna try to headbutt with superior infantry. I really don't mind that. But it's gonna come at a bit of a cost, and he's gonna have to hope that his 98 workers are the larger economy of the two. Keep in mind it's 71, but there are mounted villagers to take into account. And the emissaries, and rentals double TC. Oh, this cannon emplacement just... Why is Steve making spears? Why is Steve making spears? It doesn't... ppowersteef doesn't have food. But he has so much gold. This is way too many. It's almost 40 workers getting gold. And you have the relics. It's always like... Is this a thing that HRE players do more than anybody else? It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Just... They overcollect gold. They have all of the gold mechanics. Like, ppowersteef I don't think needs 25 on gold. It's getting 0. 0 might be too little, but for now I'm okay with 0, especially since this barely has any gold left. He needs food. With food he can make it... Like Knights Men at Arms, who's gonna stop that? Or he can make Knights Landsknecht. Who's gonna stop that? Like, you get 20 Landsknecht and like 30 Knights. Like, who stops that? Alright, we have a keep here. I wouldn't mind seeing the Mengan Moki emplacement. It produces those special little knights we talked about earlier. Alright, we have knights here for ppowersteef. He made 3 knights. So he clearly just wants to raid with him. Where's the army of rental? Is it home? He's getting traction traps. That's really nice. He really needs traps to start taking this down. He has to go for the Swabia, right? It's where the 2 secret sites are. The fight here, like, you go for the economy or you go for the timer. Alright, the army is here defending. The 2 knights are gonna get raiding. Yeah, I've had some good experiences playing as Jin against raiding, right? Because your defending knights just show up and deal with it. But yeah, Steve isn't doing much with them, and we have the horsemen gonna be raiding. So good, getting info on the base. And starting to finally disrupt Steve's economy. Steve, though, on 113 workers. You want to get to 120 to 130? 140 I personally think is overkill, but I've seen people win with such army counts, just having an insane grind game. Yeah, there we go, there they are. Yeah, good luck there with the raid. Well, it's gonna be too far away from the town center. These might actually despawn. Yeah, no real damage on that, but yeah, Steve is taking the relic. Gonna make it the 5th relic. Yeah, 5th relic. It doesn't count as 10. He didn't go with the Ragnitz Cathedral. Oh my god, it's so many tribes. What? 7 tribes? What are you doing? What are you doing? Rental is letting Steve catch up. Yeah, but he's going in with this, like, he's gonna just blow the Palace of Swabia up. Alright, taking the tax I think is nice. Ooh, and he also has some of these Janma swordsmen. They're elite heavy melee infantry, high damage and durability. Alright, these horsemen, yeah. Goodbye, horsemen. Needs houses too. Yeah, Janma swordsmen, they are a great unit, not good against 39 spears and 18 elite men-at-arms. And a single knight. We're gonna get the... No, don't fight units with tribes. Alright, this fight here might actually go Rental's way. Ooh, no Landsknecht near. Landsknecht could have done this army so dirty. Oh my god, those traps are actually dealing damage. This is interesting. Yeah, but Steve has a very large economy. Steve can rebuild here very easily. Oh my god, Steve got outpaced! Yeah, this fight just... Yeah, Rental can start swinging here, but we have this 4-minute 20 counter. And that's what Steve is half gambling on. But we have so many traps, they have to destroy the keep first. Oh, but they're going for the tower instead. Well, they were just one-shotting the tower. Oh, the Eruptors are so good. The Launch Connect, if they connect well and with good connection here, they should win. Okay, a bunch of these traps have actually just gone down. Not all of them. Oh, I was gonna try to bribe. That's so awesome. Alright, now be careful with the Eruptors, you don't want to lose them. Yeah, I don't want to lose them fighting into a keep with a cannon emplacement. That's not going to work too well. But this is a great fight for Rental. Rental needs now to reinforce with traps. Can't believe I'm saying that after the 7 traps he made earlier. It's making Rams instead. Welcome to Ram Ranch. He needs to find a way to spend that food. And to his credit, he is making Horsemen, which is the unit you use when you really need to spend that food. But oh, that's gonna be... So these now have a ton of HP, a ton of armor as well, a ton of fire armor. Yeah, that keep isn't gonna go down. This could be the thing that Rental decaps. I don't think he's gonna be able to. Oh, is Steve gonna win this game? With an inferior army the whole time? A little bit overzealous here by Rental. You really don't want to take this fight here, and you lose. That's like 2,000 gold. You just... Maybe not 2,000, like definitely 1,500 gold. Oh, he's gonna bribe the units! Units bribed, there we go. They're fighting each other. That's so hilarious. They're not quite converted, they're not yours. And you pay gold to do it. But it's much faster, it's very hard to avoid actually once you get into it. And they will attack anything. I find that to be quite hilarious. But here on the side we have these other workers attacking Steve's workers. This is not gonna work well, especially not with the army showing up. But welcome to Ram Ranch, just 6 rams trying to destroy this keep. I don't think the keep is gonna go down, but the count will. Wow, and this keep actually guarantees the secret site over to Steve. Yeah, beautiful fight here. Genma, swordsman not in high enough numbers to really stop this. And now Steve, like, forcing Rental to go into bad fights here or outright lose the game, right? He's in the position of Zugzwang over here. Just any move he can make is a bad move. Like actually being forced to do something and everything he does being the bad move. Yeah, if it keeps fighting one another. Have here, like, very forward machine shops, and he's making traps, which is definitely the right unit. But so many knights. Yeah, Rental needs to change his approach. But he only has a minute to do. Oh, or bribe the units. Did not work. That's unfortunate. But he can go again. He can bribe again. The guy, the emissary, I think, was still in there. But... and he's just desperately trying to stop the count. He just doesn't have enough units. He's making so many Jean Swordsmen. Let's see how many racks he has. Well, he has like 5 barracks. Oh, we need more barracks! More barracks! Still... yeah, the second keep will ensure that the timer never stops ticking, and it's 44 seconds. There's no way Rental can make the army and then get the counter stop. This is the only place he might be able to do something. Has to be a lot of units, like 20 or even 30 units staying there. Oh yeah, and Steve just instantly repaired the keep, and he's gonna be able to turtle this one out. Oh, not enough units now. Gonna try to attack still. Already only 38 seconds until the decap, until he can repair again. The stage of the game, that's definitely so little time. Yeah, Rental calls it knowing full well that the timer was gonna tick down. And yeah, that's, wow, series even. What a match. Welcome to game number 3. We have here in the color orange playing as the Malians. It is Rental. And here in the color blue, it's ppowersteef. ppowersteef with that fantastic win last time out. Fending that push. With the keeps, with the emergency repairs, that's great. Now he's in the House of Lancaster. Yeah, House of Lancaster really nerfed to the ground a couple of, like, starting last season. We are heading to season 13. When they got released, they were releasing havoc all over the ladder. The map, though, here, it is land mega random, and it spawned merchant camps. The controlling player gains resources for free just by controlling the thing here. We have these interesting little cliffs here, which should close out the map a little bit, but it's still somewhat open. You just won't be able to do the crazy maneuvering that you would otherwise, and it doesn't have a lot of wood here. Some areas here are actually pretty barren, but there is enough wood. Like, this is a decent wood line, and so is this one, but then, yeah, you have the start of a forest here. This looks a lot like the Brazilian plateau. And then there's a little bit of the forest here, the Amazon. Yeah, it looks very interesting. Okay, so early stone from ppowersteef. This indicates to me that, yeah, he wants to go for manners. What a surprise. Rental, yeah, gonna build the full setup here with the Malians. In Dark Age. Players were toying a lot early on with 4 houses, then 6 houses, and now I think players have realized that, yeah, the full setup is probably worth it. They're not really going to kill you beforehand. But getting the full setup done like this might actually be more important. Regarding landmarks, I don't really like the tower if you're not going to go trade, or if you're not going to really need to defend, right? The other landmark generates gold or stone passively. Everybody generates gold. It's just so good. Well, that's what I suspect Rental is going to take here. Already almost at enough food. Let's see the sheep count. 13 for Steve, 10 for Rental. A Rental here with a slight disadvantage, but he is picking up a lot of sheep on his way over here to the west. And there should be a very interesting matchup of 2 civs that really play completely differently. By using a lot of similar tools, right? The manors and the gold pit to generate resources at the same time. But the House of Lancaster can become really powerful very early on, or very late on in the game, where there's this peak in the mid-game that the Malians really get. Especially if they have sofas and then they get important armor upgrade and one of the blacksmith upgrades. Then they become just so powerful. Oh, alright, so Rental is going anyway with the Saharan Trade Network. I just, Yeah, so he's expecting aggression. Maybe he scouted this, saw the Abbey of Kings, and thought it was worth it. Let's see, if the tower actually becomes useful at defending, then yeah, it was totally worth it, right? I'm not really a Malian's expert, but yeah, that's usually, I think, from what I see, the read that players try to make. It's if they feel like they're gonna need defending, yes, a hard and trade network. If they don't need to defend it, then yeah, going for the other landmark is better. Just, yeah, mill already producing cattle. A lot of wood getting taken, which is all very normal. Secondary mining setup gonna be added over on this gold. Getting Malian setup is so expensive too, because you want to get the cows, and those cows cost 90 gold a piece. Then, like, your houses, they cost, I think it's 25? Yeah, 25, and then you have the 150 for the pit mine. And 50 for the regular mining camp. So this is all very, very expensive. On the other hand, the banners, they're not too cheap either, right? 175 wood, 100 gold. They do act as a drop-off for all resource types. That's something that is neglected oftentimes, but it is really good. Alright, and we're getting a range, and this is where, like, Lancaster can become a nuisance. Oh, that's a scout, that's not the Lord. Is there a Lord even here, the Lord of Lancaster? Wow, it is taking a merchant camp. I did not see this one coming out of Steve here. Alright, this camp is ppowersteef's. There's gonna be, I think, those passive reinforcements. There's this ancient steel. Steel? Is that how you pronounce the word? Yeah, everything gets 5% health. Can be researched multiple times. That's extra health. That's crazy. Oh, there's a lot of these little things here scattered around the map. Oh, there's a ton of these things. I don't have time to even see all of them. That's a very nice pit mine. Really good setup. He's starting to get these cattle ranches, and of course this is preparing for the Fulani Corral. Yeah, getting the second mill because starting to float gold. And you know, the more cattle you get, the more free food you get, the better it is. So wow, Steve even going as far away as getting the steer. Getting a blacksmith, I like it. Was building a range here, but he stopped. I just wanted to build the smith. He's gonna try to wage up instead. Yes, merchant point gets you free resources. The abandoned outpost is simply a line of sight, which will be important later, but not now. You know where your opponent is and what he's doing. Oh, Steve really going through all of the positions. Yeah, very interesting generation though. Rental could eventually get this. Excavating a relic? Yeah, that's pretty good. But not now, because that would need the villager more than the relic. Alright, we're getting double barracks. Rental isn't aged up yet, but he's so close. Alright, we're getting a white tower in the middle of the map. I like this. Setting up to get that sacred site. But more importantly, you have two large gold veins. And with the 3 merchant points, this is a herbalist hut. Deals nearby units. How random this is. Why is there a rental sheep carcass over here? Just random things from random stuff in the game here. Alright, so this merchant camp is getting decapped. Wow, rental going for Rimba instead? Ah, then I guess he's gonna stop at 4 cattle ranches then. And then just eat the rest of the cows. It's even then it's worth it to eat the cows. Even though they cost 90 gold. It's still worth it to eat the cows. It's they give away 500 food and it's so fast to take it. Right, we're getting Farimba Garrison, a lot of barracks. So, wow, is this gonna be... It has to be Donzo. Loads of Donzo. No, loads of Musafati. You have early Earl's Guards. Oh, it's gonna be double stable barracks range. Okay, so a few knights, which are soft... No, they're hard countered by Musafati warriors. If they're such a good unit, they need a lot of Musafati warriors to really see that. There you go, the 3 Earl's Guards, which are men-at-arms. Basically men-at-arms. And you also have a few of Lancaster Lords. Let's see what gonna make Menza Musafati warriors. So this is very interesting. Now is where the Saharan Trade Network would really shine. If Steve tried to use his tempo to attack. Instead, Rental is just going to build this 3rd gold pit out of the setup. Oh, and there we go. The Saharan Trade Network will shine through. Yeah, no way that Steve's going to attack that. And attacking the barracks? Absolutely not worth it. But the Musafati warriors, they're so good. Against the units that Steve has?
Oh shit, there goes the channel. Almarl QC just raided with 1 odd ones.
Thank you so much for the raid. We're watching a joust match. 3rd game in the best of 3 series. Oh, and Steve getting losing that battle here. Going for having a Lord, going for a mix of Yeoman and Earl's Guards. Yeoman, of course, are the Longbowman replacement. This is going to be a tough realization here for Rental as the White Tower absolutely decimates the Musafati warriors. Well, that was a very good call on the part of ppowersteef. But the Musafati warriors in high numbers, they can still be devastating. And they're quite cheap to make, especially out of the Farimba garrison. Wow, Rental here with very good tempo is gonna try to get freeborn warriors. Yeah, those are really powerful. Going for the ancient, I would only go for the ancient Stella or Steel, whatever the name is. We're going for the relics. Well, this one is the research. Okay, research here, ancient knowledge. Oh, I was just gonna attack, move into the base. Yeah, that's a decision that's being made. Oh my god, so many barracks. It's 6 barracks and the Farimba. No, it's 7 barracks. Yeah, I would probably just tiny little thing, like maybe add 1 or 2 more of the cattle ranches. You definitely want to take the cattle here. You don't want to store them all away. Or the Musafati just gonna burn the stable. Let's see how fast the stable burns. He's not gonna burn the stable. He probably realizes there are more important things to do here. Like kill these workers. You don't want to fight under the defenses. Musafati warriors are so bad at defending range units. Or defending against, like, taking range damage. Like, look at how easily they go down. That was so much value for ppowersteef, that bad hit. Bad attack. But, Rental might actually, good stop micro. Doesn't quite get this around, but gets 1 worker. Yeah, and look at those yeomen just destroying the army of ppowersteef. Yeah, so many freeborn warriors. These are so good at range, though. So there's the Musafati warriors that are going to be really good against those guards. And then we have the freeborns that are going to be going against Yeoman. Might be worth it for rental to keep them on separate control groups, so that it can just easily get the freeborn warriors to attack the back of to attack the back row of the army. Ah, finally getting a mosque here is rental. He already picked up this relic, so I think he's got 3 relics already? Oh no, the relic is right there. Yeah, nobody has taken any relics, which is really strange, because ppowersteef in both games, he tried to go for the relics very early. Maybe this game he figures he needs to attack instead, but he's making a lot of these longbowmen. Alright, that's the first relic here for the monastery. Making a lot of yeomen. Yeomen have that spell, the synchronized shot, where they all fire at the same target. It's kind of like a Mega Now. Let's see how that goes. And the sheep got murdered. The poor sheep. Well, oh, ppowersteef is going to take a sweet time decapping all of these. Oh, and capping them back up. Yeah, the merchant camp is worth it, though. Forgotten Ruins? Yeah, don't really care. Oh, see? Saharan Trade Network? Totally worth it. This is so many units. 33 freeborn warriors and 7 Musafati warriors. It's just producing Musafati warriors. It's just insane. You don't take damage from the yeoman. Then, yeah, you have the Musafati warriors taking care of the Earl's guards and the other units. Oh yes, the target fire of the Musafati warriors is so hard. Oh, Rental's actually gonna smash this army. Yeah, Steve is just retreating with whatever he can. I still don't think fighting the White Tower is worth it, especially not after the boiling oil comes through. Oh, and there's a sprinkled emplacement as well, so definitely not. But going around to try to hit this area, yeah, I would do that. I would absolutely do that. Oh, look at that. That's the scout taking the abandoned outpost for line of sight. That's the line of sight you're gonna get, right? Very interesting. Only 2 relics and already taking the sacred sites. There are 2 sacred sites here in this game? No, there are 3. There's the 3rd one that I somewhat missed. Yeah, so Rental sees this. He has so much army, and he's making siege from a workshop as well. I don't know why Rental made the mosque if he's just not gonna take the relics. Alright, attacking the White Tower from afar. Rental wouldn't be too afraid of making the siege workshop forward, but it's here instead. I was gonna try to fight under the White Tower just so that the repair doesn't really happen. And he's gonna try to burn it instead of fighting the units. But I still think it doesn't quite matter, but there's boiling oil here. And that's gonna really put a dent. And those freeborn warriors are so good. He really needed knights here. ppowersteef are a lot more Earl's guards. He's floating 2,000 gold again. And floating gold is being a big problem in this series. Oh, and that's the White Tower gone. That's the White Tower gone. That big stalwart of protection here for the 2 golds, the 2 big golds at the sacred site, yeah, that's gone. Oh, and the two relics here in the monastery are also gonna go down. The rental could go now. He doesn't need to destroy it. He could go. But Steve, ah, man. This is so annoying. Steve is in a good position, but he can't make units. Oh, is he making crossbowmen? Do crossbowmen do anything? No, these are not even... They're not light or heavy. Crossbowmen are getting destroyed here. Melee is what you need for the Freeborn Warriors. Oh, this is gonna get converted! But Siege does not get converted. Ah, that's just... Imagine Siege getting converted. That would have been hilarious. But instead, the monk is gonna try to escape. Gonna fail. Relic is in the sacred site, though. It's just absolutely insane. And we're gonna get to fight. Yeah, there's not enough units for ppowersteef. This is a good fight he's taking, like, in the city and everything, just... Yeah, but the numbers just aren't there. As soon as that banner goes down as well, then... What can he do? Oh, that was actually a much better fight than I anticipated, because there are knights here! And he has all his guards and everything, that's... Like, he needs melee units, a ton of melee units, but even at 1,000 fruit per minute, he doesn't have the resources to do it. Whereas Rental has so many Musafari warriors in the bank. Yeah, and this fight, like, just... No numbers here. No numbers means that, like... Even taking... Like, resource-wise, this is a great fight for ppowersteef. But... This is now busy trying to kill rams instead of killing the army. You know, I fully expect these traps to just... Back ground into the... It says counterweight rabbits into the town center. Still a bug that won't get fixed, I don't think. No, no, yeomen are not good against the Freeborn Warriors! There's a big mix of Freeborn Warriors and the Mansa Musafari Warriors. So Musafari Warriors weak to range, Freeborn Warriors weak to melee. What are you gonna do? It's too good of a unit comp. And 17 workers have gone down in the meantime, because he's raiding with some units and... Yeah, this is the last landmark, so this series is definitely gonna go Rental's way. It's the first series in May's Joust. So... Yeah. An actual win condition getting achieved. I didn't surrender before. Alright, so that's the Joust for this week. Thank you all for watching.